Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
English language transmission from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Inofficial Paris, Song General Kim Il-sung. Korean Chorus, song of General Kim Sung-il. You are listening to Voice of Korea News Now. The Central Committee and the Central Military Commission of the Workers' Party of Korea sent a letter of thanks on May the 3rd to the officers and soldiers of Unit 267 of the Korean People's Army who performed brilliant feats in the reconstruction of the Songdo-won International Children's Camp. The letter said, the Songdo-won International Children's Camp is a children's standard, the only one of its kind in the world, associated with the warm, loving care of great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, who regarded love for the rising generation and for the future as the most important of the party and state affairs, and built under the warm love of the party, which does not spare any amount of wealth for the rising generation, the heirs to the revolution. The camp, excellently rebuilt as a children's hotel, is not paneled with bronze statues of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il to proudly demonstrate to the world. It's not a monumental creation of the era of the Workers' Party, born by the indomitable spiritual strength and inexhaustible militancy of the People's Revolutionary Army of Mount Victor, which goes through fire and water to implement the order of the Supreme Commander. The fireworks set up into the sky of the camp were fireworks implanting the image of a powerful and highly civilized future motherland in the hearts of the rising generation, and the gun report of victory which dealt a good blow at the U.S. imperialists and their stooges, slandering the most advantageous Korean socialist system. The excellently rebuilt camp for school children's classroom camping all the year round enables the song "We Are Happiest in the World" to resound in the story of the simplest part of the East Coast, helps Korean and foreign children meet in deep and friendly feelings, and contributes to changing the Wonsan region into a modern port city of world standards. The letter of thanks of the Central Committee and Central Military Commission of the Workers' Party of Korea expressed the belief that the officers and men of Unit 267 of the Korean People's Army would be infinitely loyal to the order and instructions of the party center at the head of the whole army and continue to demonstrate the might of the Gadi unit, a unit of heroes that does not know impossibility on the major fronts of the building of a prosperous socialist nation. Respected Kim Jong-un sent a wish on the occasion of the centenary of the birth of the internationalist Novichenko. A function was held at the Drapnoye village, Dovolensk district, the whole village of Novichenko, on April the 27th to convey the wreath sent by respected Kim Jong-un and his kind greetings to Novichenko's bereaved family. Present there were the bereaved family members, officials of Novosibirsk region and Dovolensk district, and refugees from the capital and locality. Also present there were the delegation of the Party History Institute of the Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea, led by Vice Rector Lee Se-myung, Kim Yong-hae, and this extraordinary and plenipotentiary of the DPRK to Russia, and its embassy staff members and Korean construction officials in Russia. First, the wreath sent by respected Kim Jong-un was laid at the tomb of Novichenko. The Korean delegation here solemnly conveyed the kind greetings of respected Kim Jong-un to Novichenko's family. After the function was over, the participants looked around the tomb excellently revered thanks to respected Marshal Kim Jong-un. Respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un's revolutionary activities were reported abroad between April the 26th and the 29th. The China News Service, the China Central Television, the Hong Kong Phoenix Satellite Television, and Internet homepage Northeast Network, the Russian RT, the Internet newspaper Vyshgorod.ru, Internet news agencies Gazeta.ru, Polit.ru, the Internet homepage Amur.ru, the Iranian newspaper Iran News, the Indian newspaper Times of India, television, Geo News Television, the Singaporean television Asian News Channel reported of respected Kim Jong-un's guidance of the gunning exercise of a long-range artillery subunit in charge of attack on major enemy targets in the southwest waters on the occasion of the 82nd anniversary of the Korean People's Army. The Chinese Hong Kong Captain's Now, Hong Kong Phoenix Satellite Television, and Internet homepage Northeast Network, the Line News Agency, the Syrian Central Television, the Indian newspaper Times of India, television, Geo News Television, the Myanmar newspaper New Light of Myanmar, the Singaporean television Asian News Channel, the Lebanese newspaper Al Jamhuriya, the Turkish newspaper Today's German, and the French International Radio reported of the enlarged meeting of the Central Military Commission of the Workers' Party of Korea, held under the guidance of respected Chairman Kim Jong-un. The China Central Television and Internet homepage Northeast Network, the Vietnamese Internet News VN Express, the Angola News Agency and newspaper Jornal do Angola, State Television and National Radio reported of his guidance of the gunning drill of an artillery subunit under Unit 681 of the Korean People's Army, and the Iranian newspaper Iran News, the same news and the news of his guidance of the gunning exercise of a women's multiple launch rocket system subunit under Unit 851 of the Army. The media of China, Laos, Syria, Singapore, Lebanon, and Vietnam carried respected Marshal Kim Jong-un's photographs. A meeting recently took place at the Polish People's Army Tribune Association. Lectures at the Nigerian National Committee for the Study of Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism, and the Beninese Group for the Study of Kim Il-sungism, Kim Jong-ilism, and film shows at the command of the Navy Combined Fleet of the Republic of Guinea and Lagos National University of Nigeria on the occasion of the 82nd anniversary of the heroic Korean People's Army. Displayed at the venue of the meeting were famous works of the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il and respected Kim Jong-un, and other DPRK books. Recently, foreign mass media featured the 82nd anniversary of the heroic Korean People's Army. An article titled Korean People's Army and Sundong Revolution, illustrated with a photo showing the invincible might of the powerful Revolutionary Army of Mount Baekdo, was carried by the Vietnamese newspaper Quân Đại Nhân Dân, and an article titled Invincible Korean People's Army, aired by the Guinean domestic and international radio and 7 national languages radio. The internet homepage of the Brazilian Committee for Solidarity with the DPRK blogged an article accompanied with a photo dealing with the revolutionary activities of the great Kim Il-sung. The article highly praised the model exploits of the great Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il for the foundation, strengthening and development of the heroic Korean People's Army. Respected Kim Jong-un sent a kind of business card to the anti-Japanese revolutionary veteran Hwang Sun-hee, director of the Korean Revolution Museum, on the occasion of her 95th birthday. The birthday spread was conveyed to Hwang Sun-hee on the 3rd. A home visiting group of Koreans in Japan, headed by Jong Sung-hwa, flew in Pyongyang on the 3rd and laid bouquets before the bronze statues of the great leaders President Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il on Mansi Hill and paid a tribute to them. DPRK Premier Park Bong-joo made a field survey of the spring farming in Sukchon County, South Pyongyang Province. He looked around the Yolte Samson farm and called a consultative meeting. The meeting discussed measures for increasing grain production. Earlier, the Premier looked around the dressing plant of the Unpa mine and other places and took necessary measures. Drought persists in almost all parts of Korea. The precipitation throughout the country between mid-February and April the 30th was 23.5 millimeters, about 35% of that of the average year, which is 83 millimeters. It is the lowest since 1982, when it was 12.5 millimeters. There was some rain between April 26th and 28th, but only 4 millimeters in Pyongyang in South Pyongyang Province and 7 to 14 millimeters in almost all parts of North and South Gwanghae Provinces. Due to the dry weather, soft crops, wheat, barley, and potatoes are damaged in thousands of hectares throughout the country. A powerful campaign is going on nationwide to prevent damages by drought. DPRK Foreign Minister Lee So-young sent a message of greetings to Polish Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski on the 3rd on the occasion of the Constitution Day, the National Day of the Republic of Poland. Chimin Tae-sik, Vice Chairman of the Korean Health Workers Association in Japan, and a delegation of youth Russian Korean medical scholars headed by Park Gi-bum, flew in Pyongyang on the 3rd to participate in the 16th Pyongyang Symposium on Medical Science of Koreans at home and abroad. According to the South Korean internet newspaper Tomil News, anti-government actions took place in 15 cities and provinces of South Korea on May the 1st, with the participation of more than 50,000 members of the Confederation of Trade Unions and the people of both stripes. A 10,000-plus strong meeting was held at the plaza of the Seoul railway station. Speakers of the meeting protested that the recent disaster of the 30th era is a massacre by the present government and the capital. After the meeting, the protesters marched chanting, "Park Geun-hye is to blame," and "Kill no more." The Federation of South Korean Trade Unions held a meeting demanding the authorities take measures to prevent disasters. The South Korean internet newspaper Voice of People editorially accused the Park Geun-hye regime on April the 30th and May the 1st. The editorial said the people expressed indignation in tears, seeing motion pictures of the school children aboard the ferry Sewol, earnestly begging for rescue just before sinking, and added, Park Geun-hye herself is the root cause that filled South Korea with incompetent and impossible bureaucrats. The South Korean internet newspaper Minso-gilbo carried an editorial on April the 28th under the title, Total Crisis of Park Geun-hye Regime. The Polish chapter of the Korean Friendship Association sent letters to the Japanese Foreign Ministry and the Japanese Embassy in Poland on April the 27th, protesting against the Japanese authorities' moves to take the central hall of the General Association of Korean Residents in Japan and stifle the General Association and the movement of Koreans in Japan. And at the end of the news read by Kim Jong-ok, this is Voice of Korea. Please appreciate a female soul in Pansang's burning desire. Now you'll enjoy female instrumental ensemble. I'm thinking. female quartet, You Are Our Mother. You appreciate a female duet, The Pulse of a Soldier. Foreign listeners continue to send letters to Voice of Korea nowadays after April, a very significant march to the Korean people. First, we introduce the letter sent by a new listener, Michael Gustafsson of Sweden, together with a reception report. I am 47 years old and have 2 boys, 9 and 12 years. I was an active boxer from 1979 to 1983 and have now returned to this hobby again. Besides my radio hobby, I am also interested in music, travel, food, and health. If the information given in this report is correct, I would be pleased to receive your QSL card or letter as verification. Any information about your station will be appreciated. All the best to you and yours. We express thanks to you, Michael Gustafsson of Sweden, for joining in the list of listeners of Voice of Korea. And congratulations to you for correct report. Besides, we welcome that you have returned to the radio hobby after tens of years. We hope that you will continue to listen to Voice of Korea regularly and raise your voice in support to and solidarity with the Korean people. And it will be helpful to Voice of Korea if you inform us of the reception conditions of our broadcasting in that region regularly. Next, you will hear a letter sent by a New Zealand listener, John Darren, with a reception report. I am pleased to report reception of your broadcast here in New Zealand. I hope you are interested in knowing how well your station can be heard here. I have been a keen listener to shortwave for many years now, and first listened to your broadcast in the early 1960s. I have listed below some of the program items I heard when tuned in to your broadcast. We are grateful to you, John Durham, for your listening to Voice of Korea since the early 1960s, and we hope you'd listen to it more attentively. And Rafael Gustavo Grajeda Rosado of Mexico sent letters inclusive with his photo and reception report, and Bhattacharya in India, Hannakisti in Finland, and many other regular listeners send their reception reports with sincerity. We are very grateful to you, listeners. Each of your reception reports and letters is quite helpful to Voice of Korea and serves as a great support to the just cause of the peace-loving Korean people. You will get a vivid idea of a socialist Korea through Voice of Korea. Nowadays, the Korean people accelerate the building of a highly civilized socialist nation under the wise leadership of the Workers' Party of Korea. Creations for the people are being built on this land day by day, and the Korean people's dreams and ambitions for enjoying socialist prosperity are coming to reality one by one. Let's build a just and peaceful new world hand in hand. Then, so much for our broadcasting for today. Thank you for careful listening. Goodbye. You've been listening to our regular program, Listeners Mailbag. This is Voice of Korea. Now you will enjoy your female quintet, Modern Hill. and Pyeongchang, Pyongyang is best.
Now you will appreciate the dance music. I will live like a star following the party.
conclude the English language service of Voice of Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Voice of Korea presents its English language service for Southeast Asia between 5 and 6 hours UTC on 14,650 kHz and 15,105 kHz, and between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz and 13,650 kHz. For Middle East and Northern Africa between 16 and 17 hours UTC on 9,890 kHz and 11,645 kHz, and between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 9,875 kHz and 11,635 kHz. For Southern Africa between 19 and 20 hours UTC on 7,210 kHz and 11,910 kHz. And for Central and South Americas between 4 and 5 hours UTC on 11,735 kHz, 13,760 kHz, and 15,180 kHz. And between 10 and 11 hours UTC on 11,710 kHz and 15,180 kHz. Goodbye, this is Pyongyang.